Welcome to a Physio's approach version of Calm 13 Minutes Resistance Pilatchi. Follow the moves, about 4 of each, and I'll explain my way through them. This first one is called the waterfall, and we're just coming up gently with the hands to about shoulder height and then coming down slowly, bending our knees. This is where it's really important to get the breathing right. Breathing in as you rise, breathing out slowly as you come down. So rising, nice breath in, shoulders back, breathing out as you come down, bending the knees about 20 degrees. Now we're coming into an extended version of this called Spring and Autumn, coming back down to the waterfall. Really important to get the shoulders back on this one, palms facing forwards, coming back down to the waterfall, bending those knees. Deep breath in, come back down with the arms, and switch off those muscles as you come down. Shoulders right back here, and then start breathing out. Next move here, the half rainbow, where you're reaching down to beyond the knee if you can, with the other arm right over the top of your head, throwing that hip out to get a really good side bend of your back. Reach down as far as you can. The weight is shifting from one leg to the other. Don't worry about the band flicking over your knee if it does that. Reaching down. You should feel a real stretch there while you're doing that. Next move here is called the high march, where we're just coming up with alternate arm and leg, shifting the weight onto that leading leg with the knee bent. If you can, look up at that raised arm. Just gets you back into a little bit of extension without overextending the back. There is sometimes a little bit of pain with these movements. You're starting to exercise some joints and muscles you haven't used, but don't worry about that, as long as it's not an ouch pain. This one is called Repulsor Monkey. I'm just coming into a bit of a squat position, then rising as I move to the other side, then coming down into a bit of a crouch, rotating in the hips and the back, maintaining that squat until I finish it and then come back to the start position. This one here is called Push the Boundary, where the leading leg steps out to the side with the hand pushing over it. Bend that knee a bit as you go over that knee. Lovely, palm facing flat outwards. This is the punch, the classic punch, where we're coming forward with the fist, twisting the fist as we come back, bringing that shoulder back with us to get that shoulder right back. Reach forward, have the knees bent as you put the punch in, and then slowly stand up as you come back. This one's a lovely one called Cloud Hands. Looks harder than it is because you're retaining that position on the wrong lever. Follow the palm of your hand with your head and your body as you rotate around with it. Again, get the shoulders back if you've got a bit of pain here, and that can just get rid of some of this chronic pain that you may have in a shoulder. If pain is really building up, just back off from some of these moves and it might not be for you. This one here is called the push punch, so we're coming over with the same arm and the leg, pushing forward over that knee with the arm on the same side. Get that weight onto the leading leg, then rock back on the heel as you come back. This one is called the Alpha, where we're just coming up above our head, not quite touching the hands, and then coming down. As we come down, we sink the knees down to about 20 degrees. Pick up the tension on the bands here to the head, come down slowly to the waist, and then up again. Breathing in, don't forget the breathing, and breathing out. Now you should be feeling quite relaxed with all these moves, getting into the rhythm. This one we call over the drum, where we're just coming over the knee with the hands going over the knee, and then going to the other side, rocking over that knee with the arms, and then coming back. Your shoulder blades coming back as you rock back on that heel. Lovely move this, great for mobility. This one's quite hard. Again, if you've got a shoulder problem, see how much you can do with this, but it's called goose wings. We're coming up with the hands. Palms are facing downwards, so that can give people a problem with internal rotation of the shoulder. So if you're struggling with it, don't do it if it's too much for you and you've got a chronic shoulder pain problem. But if you can get away with a little bit of pain and it just improves, that's fine. Don't forget to really get those shoulders back though, that will help. Tense your glutes and your abs, because that actually helps to give you a rigid platform to work from. This one is called Grasp the Snake, and we're just holding one arm in front of us in a fist, and the other one joins it, then we come back to the chest, then we reach out again forwards, keep the fist, but reaching out the other arm, twisting our thorax and back with it. Bring it to the chest, and then on the other side, bending the knees so slightly as well. This is a hard one as well. Grasp the snake, because you've got a lever in front of you there, and then you're retaining a rotating lever going behind you. But it's a great one for mobility and strength of the shoulder. Don't forget you're working abs and glutes at the same time here. So we call these sort of compound exercises whole body movement, which is really good for you. This next move is called Waves the Universe. Some people start in another direction, but this is a nice easy one to come over the knee with the hands just rocking over the knee. Bring the shoulder blades back. Again, it's a nice one for balance if you're not great with the balance. You see with the balance, my back leg is slightly at right angles to the leading leg. Gives me a bit more stability. This one's called Dove Wings, where we're coming over the knee, palms facing downwards, over the knee, then we're going to go to the other side, right over that knee, rocking back on that heel, getting the weight shifted over the front of the knee, and then up. And then back to the start position. This one I call butterfly. It's like a butterfly stroke where we're coming up with the hands and then palms facing down, sinking the knees. Again, this can give you some shoulder problems, but see what you can do with it. A bit of crunching going on with the shoulders. As long as it's not too painful, that's fine. But again, keep a rigid core and it does help. This one is called High Surrender with Rotation. So we're basically keeping our arms into a surrender position, shoulders back, and then we have a rest. Watch me come up with the shoulders back, bring them right back, reaching out with one arm again, and then that'll rotate your thorax. Really quite hard, this one, because we're working the rotator cuffs, particularly into external rotation, which is a weaker part of the rotator cuff at times. Come back to the stop and then come back down. Last one here. It is hard. Try and retain that arm in front of you and then reach back with the other arm, following it with your head back to the start point, and switch off the legs and have a rest. This one is called the Shan Chi, where we're coming down right down to the floor. We're making a big arc with our arms, getting a bit of bend in the back, a bit of flexion, come up, palms facing forwards, you come over the top of your head, get the hands to just lightly touch and come down with the hands meeting. Get those knees working as you come down. This is called the haka, where we're coming forward with the leading leg and the right arm is coming on top of the left arm, and as you come forward the left leg, the left arm is over the right arm. Get that weight over the knee again with all these moves, and don't forget to rock back on that heel. This is where you're working a bit of balance as well as the quads. This one's called the wuchi, where we're coming right down to the foot and then reaching back behind us. So we're coming down to the alternate leg with the arm, reach up, really stretch that back at the back and coming back to the start point. So we're getting a bit of bend in the back here, looking at that leading arm going behind us. And it's a wonderful one for range of motion, this, and strength. Time under tension again, you're working your tendons here, you're working your muscles slowly. It's not just momentum bringing you back, it's hard work. This is called single whip. And what we're doing here is we're just pushing forward with the hand over the leading leg, and then we're sort of making a pinch position with our thumb and fingers on the back arm. That's the start point. Reaching forward and then the other arm holding it. Again, it's quite hard because we've got those levers being maintained for a bit longer. This is a lovely one called the lotus flower, which we're going to end on. So we're coming forward with the arms here, opening the palms out, bringing it back to the start point. Then we're going to come up again with the arms, palms facing forward to the top of our head, meet the hands, come down in a fist, open the fist, close it, push forward with both hands clenched, open them out, stand up, and then repeat. Up we come again, shoulders back, clasp the hands, come down to the chest. Open the hands, close the hands, push forward with the fists, open your hands, back to what we call the sublimation there.